Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. So friends, we have ended with one more tepid week on the Wall Street, and although the last trading session of the week was in green, but if you are looking at the overall trend, you don't see much happening because one is going up, one is going down, one is going flat. So it is happening because of the important event which is lined up next week, and 1st of February will be the day when market will get a clear decision. So meanwhile, we will see what has happened and what will probably happen going forward in the last week and in the upcoming week. So let's start with the important events that has happened and their impact on the Wall Street going forward. So let's start another session of USA Weekly Market Report. But before that, if you haven't yet subscribed my channel yet, just hit on the subscription button. Also hit on the notification bell along with the all button to get my updated video notification. Now the first and the most important headline is key Fed inflation measures eased in December while consumer spending also declined. So it means there are indeed certain impact which is visible for the last 2 months, the least we can expect for the last 2 months. And although the inflation is going down, it is also impacting the growth. Now the growth has started getting impacted. So that's the most important thing. Number 2, Intel stock tumbles after brutal results. Obviously, there is one thing which is very much visible for everyone. It does not matter whether you are a financial expert or not, that massive layoffs has been happening from those companies which are cash rich and they are holding billions of dollars on their books. But the problem is to justify their results, and there has been a massive cost cutting, and those cost cutting are happening from layoffs. Because no doubt for tech companies there are two major costs for the tech companies are employee cost and R&D cost. Okay, so or if they are in actual products, not services, so product cost is also there, but this R&D and employee cost are the major one. And you have seen lots of layoffs has been happening across the globe. So doing layoffs and saving the results is not justified beyond a certain point. Apart from that, Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon gets 29% pay cut to 25 million after tough year. 25 million is also not less, but it's not about 25 million, it's about the pay cut that has started, and it is not new. If you just observe some of the news, it's been happening. So these are the indications, these are the actual indications which you can see that there is something which is happening and the recession or the economy has started going down. Okay, so it's very important. Now the 1st of February 2023 Wednesday is very important because it's not about what's Fed going to do as far as the interest rate is concerned. It's about their commentary, because the impact is visible. The impact now is visible, and not only on the inflation but also on the economy. So it's very interesting to see. There is no point making any comment. Let the Fed decide, because they are the one who are going to set the tone, and we just started dancing on that. After that, big oil poised to smash annual profit record. Now this is one thing, whether people believe or not. If you are holding these kind of companies even in your portfolios, maybe the stock prices has already been increased, but even if it is not, the kind of dividends you are getting is phenomenal. That is one more thing that we need to understand, that one thing that is working irrespective of all the political talks that has happened in the last 1 year. They don't give a damn. Okay, so that's something which you need to look at. Apart from that, I don't want to talk about this geopolitical conflict, because I just hope and pray that the sanity will prevail. Now every developed country started jumping in. I don't know what they want to achieve, just to satisfy their their ego or something else. I don't know how to describe the situation, but this is not good. This is not at all good. That's what I can say. Chevron annual profit doubled to record 36.5 billion, but fourth quarter miss hits share. Okay, so I don't know how to react to that. Uh, apart from that, let's see what else we have here. Asia Pacific stock rises as Tokyo's inflation nears 42-year high. Now this is the joker of the pack. I know Japan is a country which has been in a negative interest rate for the last couple of decades. Now it's very interesting to see whether they will change their policy or not, because if they does, then obviously it has an impact not only on their economy but other economies as well, because Japanese economy is not the smallest one. I mean, if you talked about it or not, that's a different issue. But the thing is, if they started changing their policy, their central bank policy, then it would definitely create problem. So understand this. Let's see what else we have, or then otherwise we will move towards our analysis segment, and we will see what's happening as far as the market is concerned. Now from the Davos, or this is one important, that India is the true bright spot in the midst of the global downturn, top executives and policymakers say. Now this is one thing which I personally believe. It's not because I am from India or something else, but the thing is, if you are doing the analysis, then the growth may slow down, because as an Indian we cannot rule out from we are a part of the global economy, so we cannot rule out and say that we will be the highest growth country as far as GDP is concerned. It will definitely slow down, but it will not go into recession because of the domestic consumption that we have here. And if we have our policy right, then obviously we will slow down, but not as much as other major economies, whether developed or developing economies are. Now let's go and see how US market has performed, because I'm doing regular analysis or daily analysis on my own channel, other channel, as far as Dow Jones, S&P and NASDAQ is concerned. So if you want, you can go and check it out, but it's been flat for the last 1 week. I would say for the last 2 weeks or more it's been flat, and market is waiting for the Fed outcome. That's what I can say, or that's what the reason may probably be if you're looking at the price action. So there is something, the commentary, I think the commentary will be the most important thing, and that's what market has been poised to look at. Dow Jones closed 28 points higher. NASDAQ performed the most, 109 points, and S&P 500 trading above 4,000. It's a very good thing, 10 point up. Gold is flat, 1927, and I keep on talking about the gold. I mean, when it was trading near 1620, 1630, 1650, 1670, 1680, that this is a trade which is clearly visible in front of you. You would have made $300, $400 in the last 2 or 3 months. This is a very, very simple trade which we have in front of us. Apart from that, oil has corrected a bit, and the treasury yield is flat. It is not going up or going down. The VIX is also fine, below 20 it is fine. I think once it started going below 15, you will see a big stability in the market, and market will steadily started moving higher. Also the important thing is the natural gas. It is now trading at 2.85 now. If you go back 6 or 7 months, it was trading near $8 or $9. Now it is trading at 2.85. So it's a very important thing to understand. Now how much you are paying in your locality, that's a different thing, but overall, if you can see the traded rate, it closed at 2.85. Also, the near term, as you can see, from 1 month to 6 month, interest rate yield is 4.5, 4.6, 4.8%. So it is very, very clear. This is a theory, a textbook, explanation, or whatever you may want to call it as, that the near term uncertainty is high, because that's why the lenders want more as far as the lower end of the range is concerned, if you're looking at the bond yield. And this clearly signifies when near term uncertainty is higher than the long term uncertainty. Obviously you can see these kind of rates, and this clearly indicates a recession, economic recession. How do you want to correlate it with the stock market? That's a different thing. Stock market is behaving the way it should be. It may not be, it is not visible as far as the overall indices or major indices is concerned. I'm not saying indices doesn't react, but if you're looking at the stock, you will see the pain, 80-90% crackdown. So as far as the stocks, individual stocks are concerned, there you can see the pain. Also, the US dollar index, trading at a comfortable zone, and if it does not trade above 103, then obviously we are moving much lower. Then that we will discuss in this particular video later on when we are going to look at the chart. So let's start analyzing the charts one after another. The first chart I want to analyze is NASDAQ, because NASDAQ has given you a breakout. If you have observed, then fine. If you does not, then let me show it to you, and you can clearly see the breakout that has happened. And this is happening after, as you can see, since October 11th, NASDAQ has been trading in between a range. Okay, NASDAQ has been trading in between a range, 10,200 and 10,270 on the downside, and 11,500 and 11,580 on the upside. Now you can clearly see NASDAQ is trading above 11,580. So now with a stop loss of 11,580, support of 11,580 and stop loss of 11,500, the next two levels that we are going to look at will be 12,290 and 13,143. So these are going to be the next two targets which we are going to look at as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. So this must be your priority if you are looking at the trend or if you are finding a trade. Okay, apart from that, if you are looking at Dow Jones is not reacting, and that's because there is a reason for this. As you can see, Dow Jones is trading in between a range, so it is actually trading in between a range. So what do we have here? We have our resistance at 34,323, 34,626 and 34,740. These are going to be our resistance. On the downside, we have our support, which is 33,335, 32,977 and 32,600. Now there are two things. If market sense that the interest rate will not move higher, it will actually started going lower, and dollar also started moving lower, so you will see a much bigger impact on NASDAQ. There you will find highly sensitive companies which reacts very sharply, or very much, the volatility is very high if you compare that with the interest rate hike and inflation. So if market sends an indication that it will go down, then I'm talking about the inflation and interest rate, or has already peaked inflation and interest rate, then you will see a much bigger impact on NASDAQ compared to Dow Jones, and I'm talking about a positive impact. So Dow Jones is range bound, and you can see NASDAQ has already given you a breakout. Talking about the S&P 500, it is very near to the resistance zone. So let it just cross 4,100 or 4,110. because it is very near to resistance, so there is no point taking any trade right now as far as S&P is concerned. So if S&P 500 started trading above 4110, then we have 4200 and 4330. But if it started sliding down, the downside is open, and you will find your big support at 3767. So a big trade will open up on the downside if it does not hold on to its current level, and if it started falling from the current position, or if it does not sustain above 4100. What you can do right now, just consider 4034 as your stop loss. Don't try to go below this. Okay, this is what you can do. Now let's talk about dollar index. Now dollar index, the trend at least is very simple, and we are just following certain conditions. Okay, there is no point talking unnecessary things. Let me show you what you need to do here right now, and here we are. So this was your resistance, then it turns into a support after the breakout, and then it will become your resistance again. So if you don't understand what I've just said, let me show it to you. So dollar index has been trading in between this specific range for the last couple of years. I mean, on the upside you have 103 and 104, and on the downside we have 89 and 88. Now if dollar index continues to trade below 103, let me tell you one thing, it is moving towards, or it will move towards 88 and 89. Okay, the trend is very simple. What we need to focus on is 103 and 104. If dollar index started trading and sustaining above 104, then the trend will reverse. Otherwise, the big downtrend is on, and for the next couple of months, I mean, this kind of price performance will go on for at least 1.5 years, the least. You can measure the move. So from the upside to the downside, it is 427 days. Here we are, from the upside to the downside, it is 441 days. So you can clearly see it is a 1.5 year move that we can see, and that's what has started again. That's what you can understand. Now the next one will be WTI crude. Okay, because this is something which one should understand. And if you are looking at WTI crude, so it is not moving up, but rather it is not falling. So let me just move to the daily chart, and then we will see what is happening, because technically it is not moving, it is not going up, it is not going down. So let me show you what is happening. So here we can see it is trading at its resistance zone. It is simply trading at its resistance zone. So it looks like a potential breakout, but if it does not move higher from this position, what we can see is a big downside move from here. Okay, so as far as WTI crude is concerned, we're gonna have our resistance at 82.60, or let's say 83, and you will find support in between 63 and 66. So the downtrend has already been started. This is the only one thing, I mean, in the simplest of the manner, the simplest form, I'll telling you that downside for WTI has also started, or has already started, and this is, we are in the early part of the trade, and if this trade works out, then obviously the WTI crude futures will move towards or in between 63 and 66 dollars in the upcoming weeks or months. Okay, if I have missed something, yeah, Bitcoin, the crypto basket has started performing, and it is not at all a fluke, I would say, because it's happening because of the interest rate. Now what will happen to the crypto basket, I mean, everybody does have their own view, but because I am looking at the price action, so I will talk only at the price action, or I will talk about the trend, what is happening and what the price is indicating. So I don't go I or my views doesn't go beyond that range, because buying and selling at the end of the day will decide the price. Buying more than selling, price go up. Buying less than selling, buying when more selling is happening than buying, then obviously price go down. Right now, if you are looking at Bitcoin, then 18,000 will be the lower end of the range or the support, and on the upside we have 24,000 and 25,700. If Bitcoin started trading about 25,700, then you will see further momentum, but right now it is a range, and Bitcoin is trading in between a range. And let me tell you, this is not we can't call it as a positive range. As you can see, let me show you another way. I have talked about Bitcoin in my past videos, and if you want, you can go and check out specific videos on Bitcoin are also available, and you can see technically it is working perfectly. So if I may draw a line like this, now you can see I mean, it hits the resistance for as I have told you, 25,700 is the level that one should look at if you still think that there is a big uptrend which is on, because if it does not sustain above 23,500, that's the first condition, and then 25,700. Because if Bitcoin does not hold on or does not hold above 23,500, then the trend will open up, and it will definitely move towards $5,000 and $7,000. So it is not about what has happened in the last couple of days or weeks, because from the lows it has moved, let me show it to you, it has moved 48% and in the last 2 months. But this is not the kind of move we are expecting from cryptocurrencies. I mean, come on, in a matter of 2 months it has just moved 40%. Are you kidding? It's a financial instrument which you can trade at any part of the day. Does not Sunday or Saturday does not matter to this kind of this financial asset. So are you kidding that it has only moved 40 or 50%? If it has to move, it would have moved 1,000% in a matter of a week, or in a matter of a day. It will double or quadruple. So there is the strength is fragile, I would say. And if it does not sustain above 25,700, then obviously whatever you can see on your screen may looks positive, but actually it is not. So right now, if you're looking at the weekly chart, it is, as I've already showed to you, it is showing a range bound price action. But if you are looking at the daily chart, you can clearly see that it hits the resistance zone. Okay, that's what is very clear as far as the trend is concerned. Okay? Right now you can see the current range and the overall price action. Okay, apart from that, I would just want to cover silver once. Silver futures, it is very important. It will because here we are, it's been trading. So silver is looking completely range bound. It is not going up, it is not going down, but the overall uncertainty, if the market sense uncertainty, which is very high right now, then I would definitely think that this is just a consolidation that is happening, and this consolidation will turn out into a profitable move. Okay, so this is what you can see as far as the price move is concerned going forward. So if you are looking at the price chart of silver, you will see 23.3 and 22.86 as your support, and your resistance or upside target of 24.8. And if it started trading above 24.8, or let's say $25 or more, you will see a big upside, and that upside will push silver, will push silver towards 29 or $30, which was the high of 2020 and 21, and beyond which a move towards $50 will open up for silver. So the trend is positive. Uh, let the breakout happen as far as silver is concerned, and then decide the price accordingly. Now overall, it has been a tepid week for Wall Street. We will see what's going to happen on 1st of February. Dow Jones is trading in between a range. NASDAQ has given you a breakout, so I think uh, a big trend for NASDAQ is appearing. Whether that move sustains or not, that's a very tricky thing to see. We will analyze week on week basis. That would be a more appropriate one, rather than thinking that a big trend has already been started, because I personally think there is still one down move which is yet to be seen, which may or may not happen. Market is not falling or indicating that big move on the downside, but we never know. We never know, because economy or now companies, the kind of actions which we can see, massive layoffs, and then spending goes down along with the inflation. So these kind of thing will definitely impact the result of the companies, and somewhere down the line you will see the impact on the stock market as well. It does not happen in one day or 1 week or 1 month. It will take couple of months, and we will definitely see some impact, because nothing goes in vain. So let's wait and see. It's I would rather say wait and watch kind of scenario for next week, but mostly the trend will be on the positive side. But as a caution, please do not go below your support levels. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.